And last but not least, we have Cameron and Mace who are back with their It Is What It Is show after a summer hiatus. And they had to touch on Marcus Jordan, who apparently went viral. Well, who went viral for apparently doing what looks like indulging in that white girl. Uh,
No Larsa Pippen, man.
no Larsa Pippen here, man. No Larsa Pippen here, man. But Marcus Jordan, bro, talk about not living up to your family legacy. Um,
Jeez.
but a while back, Marcus Jordan went viral on the interwebs for what appears to be him having a little fun with that white powdery substance, if you know what I mean. And
Mm-mm-mm.
Cameron and Mace spared no expense, taking advantage of their return to their show after a bit of a vacation to make a little fun about it and talk about it. So this says Cameron and Mace hilariously roast Michael Jordan's son and shade Michael Irvin in the process. Cameron and Mace have one of the best sports talk shows out right now. Overall, It Is What It Is proven to be must watch programming. Moreover, it was the catalyst for these two to reconcile their differences and become best friends again. Over the past couple of years, the show has been a massive hit and the fans absolutely adore it. However, they were recently on a bit of a hiatus to enjoy the summer break and get some much deserved rest. Now the show is officially back as the NFL season is about to commence this weekend. Fans could not be more excited for the next 6 months, and It Is What It Is will be providing commentary throughout. In fact, on Monday, they had Michael Irvin as a guest. Following their segment with Irvin, they discussed the recent images of Michael Jordan's son, Marcus, appearing to snort what looks like cocaine. Given Irvin's past issues with cocaine, Cameron and Mace had a moment in which they couldn't stop laughing. So here is that clip of them talking about this.
We have a lot of weeks to see the progress
Yeah.
happen, man. But thanks, Mike. We appreciate you on the first day, baby.
Y'all my brothers, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, dog.
Salute, baby.
Okay. So before we end the show, we just got a couple more topics to discuss. So Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, was caught sniffing a white substance in some photos that went viral earlier in the month next to his new girlfriend. Of course, a lot of memes were thrown around, but what was you guys' initial reaction to seeing those pictures?
Yeah, I wait for Mike to get off talking about that cocaine.
Yeah, bring that and want to trigger him.
Yeah, we ain't want nobody to get triggered.
Yeah.
Good time and stat.
Good time. That was quick on your feet, Stat.
Listen, man.
All right, so basically they were saying it's a good thing we started talking about this once we were done with the Irvin interview, because Michael Irvin has his history with the same powdery substance, and we wouldn't want to trigger Michael Irvin by talking about it while he's still here. So, we never did talk about this when it actually happened in real time, but Marcus Jordan was getting roasted for this. Just the fall from grace. This, of course, coming off the heels of his embarrassing tryst with Larsa Pippen. The article goes on to say, as the two proclaimed, they were happy to bring up the topic after Irvin had already left. Otherwise, he could have ended up triggered by the conversation. It was all very silly, and you can tell that their moderator, Stat Baby, thought it was hilarious. Ultimately, it is yet another example of how this show continues to provide some laughs. We are just happy to have them back in time for the sports season. So, what did you make of that exchange there, as well as this situation with Marcus Jordan and whatever it is he got going on?
Man, well, what's going on with Marcus? So, got a few things to say here. All right. So, one, okay, yeah, I get it. It's this is so one thing I realized from their little show here is that they do these viral moments. These are scripted viral moments. So we covered the Wade thing where Cam just walks off set, but then ironically puts on a purse. Right. And we've covered other things that they do that gets them in algorithms. So this one I saw is the same play. They play this at the end of their show where they get them. It's good showmanship. It's good walk off with a good joke type of thing. So they're pretty good at that. So hopefully Michael was in on it. I am a Canes fan. He is Canes royalty. So I don't take Michael Irvin slander well unless it's in good fun. So it looks like they're having good fun with it, and so long as Michael was in on it on the back end, that's all good. But if they played him, that's kind of lame. But the other thing going on here that I found interesting was Mace's Ozempic face. I'm like, yo, bro, like what's going on, bro? Did you hit the gym in the last 2 months, or what did I miss? So Mace definitely had a I don't know, a Lizzo-esque weight loss. And then finally the Marcus Jordan thing, because we didn't cover this when it was hot news. But when I saw those things circulate, now mind you, we're dealing with people that can afford this lifestyle, people that are always around people that are doing this. And when you're on that powder like that, I'm sure being bold is a thing. So being bold with it. And I don't see anybody else getting caught though, And so for him to get caught doing this out in the open, this just adds to the layer of, public perception and shame that he's bringing to the Jordan brand. And honestly, just the fumbling of the bag that he's doing. Because I don't think it's so much that it's shaming Jordan's brand name. I think it's more or less everybody's looking at Marcus like, what in the hell are you doing? When you are Michael Jordan's son, you can go anywhere or anything. And, you're choosing to be dating Larsa Pippen and snorting mysterious white powders shirtless with another man. And so I think what Marcus needs, man, I think he really needs a come to Jesus moment. I think he really needs somebody to try to rein him in because he's fumbling all kinds of baggery and fumbling all kinds of status points. Just a disgrace, to be honest. I am glad he got out of the Larsa Pippen fiasco. I mean, that was just a mess. I can't believe he was even talking about getting her pregnant and marrying her. So I'm glad that's not on the table, but then this pops up on his table. So yeah, man, tisk on Marcus, man. I hope the guy gets well, but the honestly, man, the path that I've seen this guy take throughout his career, it just seems like he's going to have more public gaffes. So unfortunately, I think this is one of many to come. It may not be mysterious white powder related, but he's definitely going to be TMZ in it. I think that's his new lane, unfortunately. But what are your thoughts on all of this, man? Mace, Cam, Marcus Jordan, Michael Irvin, Stat Baby. What are your thoughts, man?
Stat Baby. Yeah, Cam and Mace, they do stuff like this to add some entertainment factor to the show. So it's par for the course. That's kind of consistent with what they like to do over there. And I do think it's funny. I find Mace to be naturally funny.
He's a funny guy.
Like Mace is just naturally funny. His delivery, like he's just a funny guy. He reminds me of when you talk about how there are certain comedians who you find to be naturally funny, but they're not good comedians.
Yeah.
Like Mace strikes me as the kind of person who maybe he wouldn't be a good stand-up comic, but every time you have a conversation with him, it's going to be some funny stuff.
I agree.
But really this Marcus Jordan thing, Marcus Jordan is starting to look like the trust fund baby
Yeah.
who is just riding the coattails of
Yeah.
everything that his parents built, or
Yep.
rather their parents built, and not really putting in any work, not really doing anything for himself. Any sort of initiative that does get created is created solely off of the muscle of whatever their parents create for them, the
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure that they can provide. But if you were to take everything away and cut them off, they probably wouldn't even know how to survive. They couldn't figure it out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what this is looking like, if this is real and not all just some huge celebrity publicity stunt. I mean, the Larsa Pippen thing just made absolutely zero sense whatsoever.
None.
This woman is like damn near 20 years older than you. She's all plasticed up, BBL'd up, lip lipoed, all kinds of, and you're just going to, and on top of that, the baggage with the mileage on her, and she's got 3 children, and you're just going to sign up for that willingly. It speaks to a person who is prone to making bad decisions.
Yeah.
It's very Zion Williamson like.
Yeah.
He is just a person who mentally did not acquire the skill of good decision making. That's what he looks like to me. And it wouldn't shock me one bit if he ended up going all the way and getting a stripper or an adult film actress or a woman otherwise of the evening pregnant, and ended
Yeah.
up trying to figure out a way to co-parent with her and cohabitate with her, because that's what guys with poor decision making habits do. Even if you did want to indulge in the white powdery substance, have the wherewithal to do it in such a way that you're not going to get caught on camera doing it. Like, in and of itself, that's a poor
Right.
decision.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm not trying to say don't get into it, but you are so I don't give a damn about life that
Right.
you don't even care if people are filming you doing it.
Correct.
That is the sign of an individual who makes poor choices. And the world has enough men in it that make poor choices. We don't need any more. We
Mm-hmm.
don't need more. There needs to be a cutoff of this. And if I'm to go even further than that, and this may sound a bit cruel and judgmental, but these guys shouldn't be reproducing.
Damn.
They shouldn't be reproducing. You make, I'm serious. Seriously, like, don't perpetuate this. Don't continue the broken cycle. Cut it off at some point. Now the other brother, we don't never hear about him.
Nah,
So
he
he
chilling.
must, he must be on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, he chilling.
Marcus apparently is the wayward one.
Yes.
But it's just like, man, I think, this strikes a chord with me just from a perspective of being a man. He represents all of the unbecoming characteristics of being a man. Um, not possessing the skills to fend for oneself, not by all appearances possessing the skills or the wherewithal to be able to build a foundation for yourself from the ground up. You require the infrastructure of the individuals who already built it for you, in this case, your father. And then in relation to women, you make poor choices. Those to me are the 3 pillars of a man not manning in today's world. And it's sad and unfortunate. I wish that I couldn't say this, but I can. There's more where he came from. They're a dime a dozen. And I just hope that for his sake, he figures it out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I couldn't say it any better myself, bro. That's a good way of putting it, trust fund baby. That's basically how he's coming up, like, grown ass kid. And yeah, man. I mean, I don't. This it's just a mess up situation. I don't know what Jordan did or didn't do, did or didn't tell him, how he advises him, who this guy talks to, but that's what I'm saying. This guy has access to it all. So I wasn't really surprised he was doing it. But it was shocking. The shocking part about it was like I said, nobody else gets caught doing this. And I know there's a lot of people do it. I know Larsa Pippen does it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm Scotty looked like he on it. But I mean, to be out, that's what I'm saying, to be out and about and doing that and just, at a venue is wild business to me. Last thing I'll say, I think I shared this here before, but I'll say it again. But yeah, man, when I was Uber driving and stuff, man, I had picked up a dude who was a big time restaurateur guy in South Beach. And he was telling me, man, that's what goes on at these celebrity things, entertainers, athletes, or whatever. And they'll bring out your appetizers, they'll bring out your napkins and your fork, and also a platter of cocaine. And so this is what goes on in these circles anyway. And so I'm sure he's, like I said, he can afford the lifestyle. He can afford to be around these people. This is normal business for him, I'm sure. But when you get into that lifestyle, you talk about bad decision making, because it's already a bad decision to do that, right? But when people be on that stuff, man, I mean, their consciousness is really, that's what I'm saying. They get real bold about life. And so I'm pretty sure he's so much on it that it was like, man, I'm taking a bump right here. So man, that's what I'm saying. Like, for him to be on it like that, yeah, man, the internet they gonna make fun. I think everybody is cheering for this dude. I don't think there's any Marcus Jordan haters. I think there's just Marcus Jordan people that are just confused by his actions.
It's disappointment.
Yeah,
I think
it's universal disappointment.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, that's all I was gonna say. I was just saying that's what it is. It's disappointment. I think that's the general reaction towards him.
Yeah, I think everybody wanted this guy to be something. We found out he wasn't nothing. Everybody was still cool with that. Everybody was still rocking with him, and everybody was up in arms about the Larsa Pippen thing. And people are making fun of this too, but it's also on some, come on, man. Not like, oh, this guy's a bum. It's like, what are you doing? So yeah, man, get it together, Marcus. Get well, bro. Put yourself in somewhere. You got the resources to clean yourself up. If you don't do it this year, do it sometime soon, man. But you got a whole life to live, bro. He's younger than us.
Yeah.
So he got a whole life to live, man. So clean it up, man, and make better decisions in life, Brody.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Shouts out, look up, there's a video floating around, an interview that Jaguar Wright did. Jaguar Wright, like an old school R&B soul singer. She's throwing everybody under the bus. Jay-Z, Diddy, the Diddler. She's throwing everybody under the bus. And she talked about what you talked about, of like how celebrities roll. You go to a restaurant and they bring you your tray and it's got the white powdery substance on it. That is literally exactly what you just described. Jaguar Wright talks about that in that interview. I don't know who she did the interview with. It's some podcast, but just look up Jaguar Wright Diddy interview or something like that. It's on World Star. You could probably find it on YouTube, but she mentions that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think the thing with Marcus is disappointment. Like, the world is your oyster, and it isn't you indulging in this in and of itself. It's just the carelessness with which he's doing it. And I think that one can correlate that carelessness with his general propensity for making bad choices.
Agreed.
So, it's unfortunate. And I do think the world is better off with more principled men who make sound, better choices on a regular enough basis. And it sucks to see a guy devoid of that. But, men have been stripped of a lot of manly qualities in recent memory, I would say. So it just looks like he was a victim of that. But hopefully he can get it together and figure it out. It is what it is, man. Content for the channel, nevertheless. But until next time, we are going to go ahead and close things out, man. JV wins. Dogon SS, as always. Conscious Approach on YouTube. Check us out. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this video. Let us know what you think about any video. We certainly appreciate the support as we continue to grow out this community. Catch me on Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS, and catch Conscious Approach on Instagram at Con Approach. CONAPPROACH, uploading the audio file so that you can get it wherever you get your podcast. So play us up on those algorithms too, man. We want the Spotify, the Pandora, the Apple podcast algorithms to play us up there too, as we continue to try to grow this thing out. Until next time, we appreciate the support. Thank you for allowing us to kick this logical content. Please remember to think for yourself. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah. And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS and on YouTube. What's that? DraftKings, TikTok, MySpace. God damn, man. Just go ahead and put Dogon_SS. I shall pop up. Now, if there's some imposters out there, all right. So y'all better beware, man. There's only one Dogon SS out here, all right. So as I say on every pod, guys, all right, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it player, and don't let anybody get you off your pivot. So until the next time, my peoples, we'll catch y'all on the next episode.
Yeah, we out of here. We ain't gonna talk about the Florida State Seminoles. We're gonna leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. Hey man, go Heat, go Dolphins, man. Florida State, this is a lost year. Go Heat, go Dolphins.
Okay, Cam Ward for Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. We are done.